try.
Okay, here we go again. Let's see. All right, chicken or angel? That is the question of the day. Okay, we're gonna see. Wait 1 second. This is welcome, Deepa to Nat's Chat Show, where we asked some essential life questions, and I can see there's no yes, we have reception. People. So let's just show you where we are. Where are we, Deepa?
We are at 533 at the Art Hotel in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And they've got a restaurant upstairs, but we are here with all the beautiful art and photographs in their gallery space. It's actually a pretty fitting location.
Yeah,
because,
with a handsome chicken behind us. So Deepa, let's get straight into it. 5 minutes we're going for.
Okay,
right?
let's do it.
Okay, my question to you, always the same two questions, is what was your biggest pain or biggest inspiration that brought you, and at this moment we're going to focus on Instagram, because that's what you're most world famous for. Yes, we're going for world fame.
Yeah.
Tell us the journey, the reason, the pain, the growth, the happiness.
All right. Well, I started on Instagram around 5 years ago. I'm a freelance copywriter and producer, and I started blogging, but somehow lost time to blog. And when I moved to Amsterdam, suddenly I wanted to discover the city. I want to record all of my observations, but I also felt really a lack of community. I didn't know anybody, and I wanted to connect to people so badly. So social media, it's a social thing.
It's a social thing.
It's a social thing. So I joined Instagram and started sharing my observations, the things I loved.
Your baby photographs.
Yes, my baby photographs, but also some of my observations and things that I liked about the city. And I found a community. So I thought that was really great. That's from something that was driven by loneliness. That sounds really dramatic.
Let's get lonely. Let's get
something that was born out of loneliness and wanting to connect. I instantly found something that was really valuable, a community and a platform to share ideas, a visual inspiration, and just things that made me happy.
So what I find fascinating is the timeline and why some people succeed and other people's fall out, right? That's the big question to me. Mm-hmm. And you said it took you about a year before you got picked up by the Instagram, mm-hmm. right?
So I was on Instagram for a while and I was posting really sporadically. So I would dump 5 photos in one day and then suddenly disappear from the platform for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But when I started becoming consistent about it, like posting every day at a specific time.
Every day, yeah.
Yes, and using hashtags that had to do with communities rather than describing my pictures.
Yeah.
Then I was picked up by Instagram and featured on their platform after a year. And from a year from when Instagram featured me, the opportunities just started coming. So more people wanted to sort of interact with me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Opportunities started coming, and even now I'm currently working with brands that want to use my knowledge of the platform to build their brand. So some brands have come to me and say, hey, you actually have more followers than us, and how do we get to where you are? So I find that fascinating, that out of something that I thought was just for fun,
for fun, and a passion and a love story.
Yes, a passion and a love story for Instagram. It became something that I can actually claim as an expertise.
And what I love about the way you do it is you use yourself in your brand. I mean, you photograph yourself.
Oh, I'm all over.
She is, and that's fantastic, because for me it's authentic. It's authentic Deepa. It's not, fashionista Deepa. And that has also made you, your whole experience and your whole product. I think you're a product. I see, TED Talks. I see the whole thing. Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
What made you just say, fuck it, and we're just going to go in there and be part of it?
Well, it starts from me looking at a space. So the way I look at spaces has been changed by Instagram. When I look at a space, I always think, oh, this would be much more interesting if there was a person in it.
Oh, yeah.
So rather than just photograph a landmark or an empty beach, which is great, there needs to be some interest, some activity, some movement. Oh, and I've got myself.
Yeah.
I just ask my ever-patient Instagram husband, or I have friends who take really good pictures and they're very patient with it.
Yeah.
But that's something that came very naturally from just wanting to see an image improve. And not that I'm improving the images by being
you are. And the dresses, the funky stripes, the whole thing.
No, I've always been into dressing up. So I thought, this is just me. I mean, why should I hide? Why should I hide myself? And this is part of what I do.
And I think that's one of the big messages to everybody out there. I mean, why hide? Become, Instagram fabulous, or become visible at least. So, of course, then the question is, my brain's going blank. You talk.
Let's ask the chicken.
Let's ask the chicken. What do you think? How obviously sometimes there's a trigger, and you say you got picked up by Instagram, right? The rest of us thinking, how do I get that trigger? What was it about that moment of alignment that meant you became noticeable?
The things that I did that really clicked, I think I stuck to something that I was passionate about. So the featured photo that Instagram picked up was a piece of street art that I found in Barcelona, and I happened to be wearing something that matched with this piece of street art exactly. So I stuck to something that I was passionate about. I mean, what do you like? What do you really enjoy? And just, you know, don't apologize for it. Just take a picture of the thing that inspires you and you like, and then share it. But the other really important aspect is using the community aspect of Instagram, and that's through hashtags. So pick a hashtag that doesn't just describe your picture but taps into a community. Look at what other people are using in their hashtags. See how you can start a conversation. So maybe one thing you can do is just look at the Instagram account you find inspiring and see what they're using to generate conversation.
And what I loved you said also is, don't hashtag groups which are massive. I mean, yes, do that, but follow the smaller ones, which are about what size you said?
Let's see, if you actually look at Instagram and see a hashtag and how many times pictures have been tagged to it, you should aim for something that has about 10,000 to maybe 100,000 pictures tagged to it. So it's not a huge sea of millions of pictures in which you'll never be found. It's just kind of like a small pond.
So you look at that rather than followers, do you?
Yes.
You look at the amount of hashtags as opposed to people.
Well, I look at the amount of pictures that are tagged with a certain tag rather than trying to get into a really big sea and just be a small fish.
Don't be a small fish.
Don't be a small fish in a big sea.
Be a big fish.
Be a big
or
fish
a big chicken.
Be a wing.
Okay, let's wrap it up with your $1 million tip.
Okay, my $1 million tip.
Right. What is it? What is it? Girls have to do, have to think, have to take in.
Specifically for Instagram, my biggest secret is to connect with people offline. You may think that this is just you may just think this is an online thing, you know. This is not part of real life. Make it part of your real life. Share your real life. And find a way to invite people via big chicken. Find a way to make people you meet on the platform part of your life.
I just said that. There's one photographer I'm following. I don't know where he lives. I said, come and stay in Amsterdam. You can stay in my studio. And he said, yes.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I was in Paris and I didn't have any plans for the afternoon, so I messaged 3 people that I was following on Instagram, 3 photographers. And I just said, do you want to have a walk? And show me your Paris. One of them answered.
Fantastic.
One of them answered, a Brazilian photographer, and we ended up going on a walk of Paris, taking pictures, and fascinating afternoon with a complete stranger. So make Instagram part of your real life by connecting with the people behind the pictures.
Fantastic.
It's all about the people for me, and that's what makes it really fun.
So Deepa, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you're going to be seeing more of you with your magazine.
Yes, I'm the co-founder of Visioness. It's an upcoming platform for women in the creative industries. We share interviews and portraits of women who are making the decisions, making the deals, and making big, creative, bold moves.
Fantastic.
In these industries.
I'm going to be doing go lives with all of them.
I will share.
On the 21st, if you want to meet me in person, I'm putting another event together, Imperfect Woman, because I think we are all perfect and imperfect together.
Yes.
So look forward to seeing you. Thank you again, Deepa. We're going to have coffee and chats now. Have a brilliant weekend. And use that camera. You've got the best tool in your hands. Don't hide. Get out there. Much love from us girls in paradise.